International Public Sector Accounting Standard, Ipsas 45, is a new rule that changes how governments report property, plant, and equipment. It matters for Pakistan right now because it provides a clear, modern framework for valuing and managing public assets, roads, bridges, hospitals, schools. This standard moves away from simply recording the historical cost of an asset. Instead, it requires public entities to show the true value of assets used to deliver essential services to citizens. Adopting this standard is not merely a technical accounting exercise. It is a fundamental step toward greater transparency, better decision-making, improved public trust. These are critical pillars for a developing economy aiming for global integration and fiscal stability. The world is moving towards a more transparent way of managing public finances. Ipsas 45 is a big part of that global shift. For Pakistan, embracing this standard is a signal to international partners, investors, and its own citizens that it is serious about accountability. When a government knows the true condition and value of its assets, it can plan more effectively. It can decide which hospital needs urgent renovation, which university requires new equipment, or which road network offers the best return on investment. This isn't just about numbers on a balance sheet. At its heart, Ipsas 45 introduces a simple but powerful idea. Some public assets are not held to make a profit, but to provide a service. Think of a public park, a rural health clinic, a historical monument. Under previous rules, these might have been valued at their original purchase price, which quickly becomes meaningless over time. Ipsas 45 allows assets held for their service potential to be valued at current replacement cost. What would it cost to replace this asset today to provide the same level of service? This gives a more realistic picture of the resources the government manages for its citizens. The standard separates assets into two main categories: cash-generating assets and service-potential assets. First, assets that generate cash, like a government-owned factory or a toll road, valued like the private sector, based on income. Second, assets that deliver services, like a public school that exists to educate children. Ipsas 45 recognizes this purpose. It ensures financial statements reflect the value of service delivery assets, which are critical to public well-being. This requires a mental shift. You can't just use construction cost from 30 years ago. You must assess the cost of building a modern facility with similar capacity today. Measuring current operational value highlights the cost of decay and the need for timely maintenance and investment to preserve service potential for future Pakistani generations. The first move in implementing Ipsas 45 has come from the very top of the financial management hierarchy. The Ministry of Finance, and specifically the Office of the Controller General of Accounts, holds the primary responsibility for initiating this reform. This is not a task that can be delegated down without central direction. Without strong centralized leadership, implementation will be fragmented and ineffective, leading to confusion across the public sector. The CGA's office must act as the central command center, setting national policy, developing implementation guidelines, and providing technical support to all entities. Following the central directive, the heads of all federal ministries, divisions, and associated public sector entities must take ownership. A federal secretary or the head of an autonomous body is the key actor at the entity level. This is not just an accounting issue to hand off to finance. Leadership must champion the change, communicate its importance, and ensure adequate human and financial resources. For example, a vice-chancellor must ensure all assets, lecture halls, laboratories, libraries, and sports facilities are identified and prepared for valuation. This clear chain ensures accountability. Success depends less on technical complexity and more on political will and administrative commitment. Their proactive engagement is the starting gun for this crucial race toward greater financial transparency. The first practical step for any public entity is to conduct a thorough assessment of its scope. Create a comprehensive inventory of all property, plant and equipment under the entity's control. For For railways, tracks, bridges, stations, locomotives, signaling equipment, and administrative offices, this stocktake is challenging. Records may be old, incomplete, or scattered. It requires meticulous effort. You cannot value what you do not know you have. The initial asset register becomes the master list for the entire project. Appoint a single responsible officer to lead implementation, senior enough to coordinate finance, engineering, and administration. Giving this to a junior accountant is a recipe for failure. The chief implementation officer need not be an accounting expert, but must secure cooperation, set deadlines, and solve problems. They are the central point of contact for the Ministry of Finance and the auditors. Assemble a cross-functional team, accountants plus engineers or technical experts who understand asset condition and capacity. For a hospital, finance officer, facilities manager, and perhaps a biomedical engineer. Section 5. Step 2. Reviewing contracts and preparing for measurement. With inventory and teams set, dive into agreements, contracts, leases, and arrangements related to property. Many assets are used under long-term leases. Ipsas 45 often requires bringing right-of-use assets onto the balance sheet. A 50-year leased building must be recognized as an asset. Review ensures obligations and rights are identified before valuation. Next, prepare measurement rules. This is a critical policy decision. The cost model values at original cost minus depreciation. The revaluation model uses current replacement cost, providing more relevance. Most entities will use a mix. For example, office furniture via cost model, a major bridge or dam via revaluation model. Leadership must decide and document. Establish methodologies, market prices for vehicles, professional valuers for unique assets, or standardized indices like from the Pakistan Engineering Council. Document and approve for consistency and auditability. Prepare disclosure templates early. Valuation methods. Key assumptions like useful lives and asset movements. This avoids last-minute scrambles and ensures compliance. Section 6. Step 3. Training, piloting, and system adjustments. Build capacity with targeted training. Accountants must learn new entries. Engineers and asset managers need training to assess condition and estimate remaining useful life. Training should be practical, using real examples. PIA valuing aircraft, municipalities valuing roads and drainage. Pilot in a manageable unit, one directorate or a large college, to test policies, procedures, and systems. Expect gaps in registers, valuation difficulties, and software limitations. Learn and refine before full rollout. Bring in IT to upgrade systems or add modules. Capture condition, valuation date, useful life. Ignoring systems can derail implementation. Engage auditors early. Walk them through the plan, methodologies, and pilot results. Early feedback avoids year-end surprises. It is far better to resolve disagreements on techniques early than face audit qualifications later. Collaboration builds trust and eases the year-end audit. Section 7. Common hurdles, foreseeing problems and finding simple fixes. Poor asset records are common. Ghost assets and unrecorded physical assets. Do not chase perfection first. Conduct comprehensive physical verification. Establish a reliable baseline in year 1, refine later. Specialized assets lack in-house expertise. Centralize valuers and engineers in a support unit to assist entities. Develop standardized models for common assets, schools, roads, and help smaller entities address unique challenges without expensive consultants. Expect resistance. Connect reform to their work. Good asset data secures budgets. Early wins turn skeptics into allies. Valuation has subjectivity. Use clear documented assumptions, e.g., office buildings at 50-year useful life, rural roads cost per kilometer from NHA, to ensure consistency and auditability. These policies may not be perfect, but they make valuation transparent and defensible. Section 8. The payoff. Quick benefits for citizens and auditors alike. For citizens, benefits may seem distant, but they are real and quick. A valued inventory of pumps and pipelines enables data-driven maintenance, fewer breakdowns, more reliable water, less disruption for homes and businesses. Accountability improves, assets and values are public, misuse becomes harder, communities are empowered to ask questions. The report says this health clinic was valued at 20 million rupees last year. Why is it now closed and in disrepair? Transparency deters neglect and corruption. For auditors, Ipsas 45 is a game changer, a comprehensive baseline to audit stewardship, maintenance, reasonable valuations, and effective service use. Performance audits become more meaningful. Accurate balance sheets support credible budgets and informed parliamentary oversight, leading to more equitable resource allocation and better governance. Section 9. A call to action. The adoption of Ipsas 45 is a governance reform, not just an accounting upgrade. Leaders must champion it, communicate benefits, better services, stronger infrastructure, greater trust. Act now. Mandate a comprehensive physical asset count. Establish a central technical support unit. Select 3 pilot ministries: health, education, communications. Your role is to lead. Appoint a capable project manager, demand a realistic timeline, remove obstacles, and keep asking. What do we own, its condition, and our management plan? The time for implementation is now. Embrace this change to build a more transparent, efficient, and accountable state for all citizens.